Q&A, Q&A, Q&A,
Let's light it
Q&A,
light it light it up.
Q&A,
I'm on fire.
Q&A, Q&A.
Hey Brad, real quickly before I hit the play button and we get down to some nitty gritty Q's and A's, man, have you heard about the good news?
What's that news?
Yeah, they're cookies.
Ooh, I like those newses. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
man.
that a lot.
Who doesn't love a good freaking cookie as good news, man? So, anyways, enough about cookies. Let's start the show.
About like 6 cookies today anyway.
Take your best shot.
Hey! Happy Tuesday.
Hey.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're going to be doing a nice little Q&A tonight, hanging out with you lovely peeps. You guys bring some questions. We'll bring some answers, or try to anyway. And we're just going to have a laid-back good time tonight, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and I bet y'all are wondering why the hell are we here on Tuesday when we're normally on Thursday? Well, because of that, there's a good reason for it. Because this Thursday, me and Brad are going on the Final Ghouls' YouTube channel because we're doing a little pass along because Scream Warriors is back, baby. Episode 2 will be on the Final Ghouls' YouTube channel this Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time as us Screen Warriors are going to go over our top 5 summer horror movies. So that's why we decided just to take it easy tonight on a Tuesday, getting in the club because they're thirsty, just to answer some Q's and A's.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely, man. It's gonna be a fun week in general, and nothing. It's just It's we're pumped, man.
Yeah, man, and 2 good movies being released freaking this week too. So definitely an epic week of moviegoers and just YouTubing in general. So let's go ahead and get over this spiel real quick so we can answer as many questions as I can. We're at least going to try to go within an hour or so. So let's get over this marketing real quick. Guys, you could be real hunters, man. Our freaking patrons. These are our patrons right here. They're the official backbone of this channel. They make the channel run. So if we want to go see the freaking Barbie movie and Brad dress up like Ken to go see the Barbie movie, these patrons will buy that outfit for Brad. But who we kidding? Brad's not going to go, but we do appreciate them. So if you all want to be real hunters, the Patreon link is in the description down below. Click the link, select the tier so you all could be real hunters today. But just in case if you don't want to be a Patreon, YouTube memberships is also available as well. These are real hunters on the YouTube side of things. For as low as 99 cents, you can get badass badges, or you can earn badass badges, use cool emojis, and much, much more. So you all can be real hunters today.
Yes, man. And if you can't do those things, that's cool, man. Just being here, asking some cues so we can give you an A. Liking the video, sharing the video, all that fun stuff is great, man. We just appreciate the support any way you can provide it. So we love it, and we're happy to be here for you guys.
Oh yeah. So let me say hello everybody to the chat real quick. And Casteller, I got some of your questions here. So let's see here. I'm gonna start 2 of these here, and I'll use them for the stream. But Casteller, what's going on, my friend? Adrian, how you doing? Let's see
Hey.
here. We got Lamantra, what's going on? We got Chester's in the house. Rosie, my dear, here is your rose. Let's see here. Who else do we have here? Who else? We got Chris Snyder. What's going on, Chris? Hopefully, I made up for the cookies debacle in our opening skit right there, or opening just dialogue. Sebastian, what's going on, man? So, how's it go? How's it going? Great to catch the stream. Absolutely, man. We're glad to have you here. Oh, and Brad Chester says he has come to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And he's all out bubblegum.
Yes, man, my man.
Yes, sir. Freaking They Live, man. Good movie. Who else we got here? We got Mark Jones in the house. What's going on, Mark Jones? And Brad, I know this guy's going to kill me, but we love having him here. I know it's been a while, so I'm going to butcher the first name. Stefan. What's going on there, Stefan? And again, if I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I saw you. I'm more what we call like I'm always consistent. I gotta see the same names or remember names correctly. So please let me know if I pronounce that right. If not, then you could kick me in the nuts next time you see me, or if you ever see me. Stefan, yes. See, I knew I was gonna fuck up there. Ashton, what's going on, my friend? Gory Tiger. Who else? I saw somebody new here. I just got to find him real quick.
I saw Rodney was in the house, dude.
That's who I was looking for.
Yeah, Rodney, right here. I got him right
here.
Rodney. Oh shit, sorry. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Third time's a charm. Glad to finally check out the live. Enjoy your skits. Dude, Ronnie, thank you so much, man. And hopefully you're not shy, Ronnie, like in those freaking Lonely Island skits, those music videos. Hopefully you're not shy. You're here to ask them questions. So let's see here. Do we have anybody else? Stephen asks, Brad, how come your t-shirt doesn't say Mr. Coffee?
It needs to, but honestly, like this guy makes eggs. It's Mr. Eggs. But yeah, I would see like if it were like the opposite of Bert, then yeah, it should definitely be Mr. Coffee or Mr. Beer, Mr. Wine even tonight.
Or Mr. Pibb. Yeah. And Evan, we'll do Stefan. I apologize. I won't try to ever make that mistake. Yes, this is not shy, Ronnie. So, Ronnie, we hope you're going to live up to it, man. So, that is the freaking chat. Let's go ahead and get some Q's today. So, shoot them up in the comment section. We'll start and get to as many of them as we freaking can. And we're going to start with Casteller with one of his questions about how do we feel about a Return of the Living Dead remake? Brad, what do you feel about that?
I don't know that I saw it. There's so many of those like of the Living Dead movies. I don't know which one I've seen and which one I haven't. I saw the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead, and I saw the second one he did, but it's been many years. I don't know if that's the Return of the Living Dead or not. I think it is.
That's Dawn of the Dead.
Well, I saw Dawn of the Dead, but he did a second one too with that. I think it.
Oh, you're thinking of Day of the Dead?
Yeah, that's what it was with the fence.
Yeah, this is Return of the Living Dead, which is kind of like making fun of it's not really a sequel to Return of the Living Dead, or sorry, of the Night of the Living Dead. Is not a sequel to that, but it kind of plays along those lines of it. It's like it's a horror comedy for a zombie movie.
I haven't seen it, man. I'll have to check it out. It's on the scratch offs list over here, Birdie, I think. So I'm probably gonna have to watch it soon.
Oh, dude, you need to freaking watch it, man. Because I gotta ask you a question. Have you ever thought about your own death? But man, you need to see that, man. Even though, unfortunately for me, I find Return to Living Dead a little bit overrated. That's just my opinion. I've only watched it once. Maybe a rewatch I could possibly change my mind. But in terms of a remake, nobody really asked for it, in my opinion. So I just say we don't really need a remake for it. A lot of people seem to enjoy the original, so let's just keep the original.
Yeah, it sounds like a bet, man. I need to watch it, man. I'll watch it soon. If I do, I'll let you know how I think. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Check it out.
Or you know what? We might be able to talk about it for October, if you know what I mean. If
not a bad idea. Approved. Yeah, not a bad idea. I do have to watch. I got a few movies from the tournament this month that I got to watch for sure. Ooh. I got a few left on there. And yeah, once I'm done with that, I'm going to get back onto the scratch off.
Oh, dude, absolutely, you need to. And Brad, let's get to that little, segue real quick. While we're just talking about it, what Brad is alluding to is we're going to have our first ever summer / tournament. These are going to be our summer horror tournaments. And our first one is the Modern Horror Directors, where we take 16 of the most popular modern horror directors. We take their movies, adding them up to 64 movies in total, let them all battle out to determine which movie is the best and which modern horror director gets that bragging rights about their film being the best.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited about it, man, because You know, obviously, I've seen most of the filmographies for these guys, but not all of them. So there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen that I'm getting to check out for the first time. Just watched The Innkeepers the other day from Ty West. That was a nice little creepy atmospheres flick. And then The Sacrament too was another one from Ty
Oh
West.
man.
That was a lot of fun, actually. That movie was crazy, man.
Well, let's rearrange those words. Let's just say you didn't have fun with what the movie is about, but you just enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy, man. It was bonkers. It was a good found footage flick. And it, you know, it didn't really feel like a found footage flick, but it was, and it was good.
Hell yeah, man. So that tournament is going to be not this coming Thursday, but the next, or I apologize, not this Friday, but the next Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And as you see in the comics section, there is a pinned message. That is the tournament link where you can fill out a bracket, screenshot it, send it to us, where you get to be entered into a contest for a potential $25 Amazon gift card.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited about the
Brad's all freaking choked up about it.
I am.
Talk.
Well, I'm just excited. I like seeing other people's brackets. So when they come in, I get pumped up to kind of go through, because people get all kinds of different things. You know, you really get a chance when you see somebody fill out a bracket to see what kind of movies they like. You know,
exactly, to get to know more about our audience better. So yeah. So what are you waiting? Or like Mickey says from Rocky, what are you waiting for? Go fill out a bracket today and send it our way.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll challenge. Yeah, we'll challenge you guys as well. If there's movies on the list that you haven't seen, check them out before the tournament, man. It's a good opportunity. It's a good excuse to do so, and dive a little bit deeper. You dive a little bit deeper into these filmographies. Yeah, just
breaking
like that.
Boundaries.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Just dive a little deeper in there.
And did I say hi to Brooke already?
Say hey.
Just in case, Brooke, how are you doing? If we say hello to you twice, then that means you're more special than everybody. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on there, Brooke? How are you doing?
Yeah, hey, oh, welcome.
All right, so Casteller, we got your question right there. Let's get Stefan's question here. Brettman, what would be your choice for what you find the most overrated film you've ever seen? Damn. Oh, man. Overrated. Man.
It's got to be your next, right? I mean,
fuck off. I was like, kiss my ass. Man, dude. Oh man, I don't know. Like, there's so many movies out there that I could consider overrated. Man, Brad, is there a movie that just comes to the top of your head that you consider overrated?
Obviously, the biggest one that comes to my mind is The Strangers Pray at Night. Everybody seems to love it. I can't stand it. Everybody talks really highly of it, but I'm like, dude, this movie's not good. There's a lot of bad characters in there, poor decisions throughout. It just takes me out of the movie. That's obviously the biggest thing that comes to my mind.
I'm looking at my Letterboxd real quick just to see if anything like just drastic comes up. Just to take. Like, because that's such a good question, man. Definitely on the horror side of things, I think Return of the Living Dead is the most overrated horror movie, in my opinion. But again, that's after our first watch. So again, maybe with a rewatch, that could possibly change my mind. But Stefan, I'm going to come back to your question once I start kind of like looking at my list right here to get you a really good answer.
Yeah, man. There's a few. Ooh, Rosie said The Conjuring is overrated. Oh,
what? Where's she at?
She's right here. I popped her up.
Hey, Rosie. Screw you. I'm going home.
And he is. Brettman.
Enjoy the show by yourself.
Brettman's leaving, man. He's gone. He just bounced. He didn't like that at all, man. But yeah, I love The Conjuring, man.
Of all the movies you had to say, you're going to go with the movie that legitimately changed my life. Like, because without The Conjuring, I wouldn't be able to meet you, Rosie. I wouldn't be able to meet everyone in this comic session. I wouldn't be able to meet some people that I'm going to see in freaking the Houston Film Fest next month. Is all because of The Conjuring that freaking Brad forced me to watch. And another thing, too, is The Conjuring has its 10th anniversary tomorrow.
Dude, I'll tell you another one though, Birdie. Is fucking Host, man. That movie came out, got a lot of buzz.
That's not a bad answer.
I didn't care much for it. I'd rather watch Unfriended any day of the week. I mean, if I'm just saying so myself, I think it's a better movie.
Oh, Rosie, okay, jokes aside, Rosie, I'm kid, I kid, because we're allowed to have our different opinions on that. So we promise we never mark hate on for a different opinion. So but that was just a really interesting answer, Rosie. So yeah, so that's really interesting. Just explain, if you don't mind, just out of my curiosity, just explain why you think The Conjuring's overrated, because I am curious now.
Well, Birdie's because she thinks it sucks ass.
Well, she did
She
say
thinks it
that in
sucks
the
right ass. Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
Where do you see her saying such foul language?
It's coming. I'm just waiting on her to say it. It's
It's coming. Oh man. Let's see here. Let's get this next question here from Chester. Chester said, "Question to start. I love both the synth scores of Halloween 2, 81, like the Halloween 2 from 81, and Halloween 3 by Carpenter. And I would definitely like to have Hartworth back to do one score for a Halloween movie."
Would be great, man. I tell you, that Halloween 2, I know Chris Snyder's in the chat. He doesn't much care for it, but that Halloween 2 81 score might be my favorite in the franchise. I love the feel of it, man. The Halloween theme is fantastic. They play throughout, but also just the synth that just plays throughout the movie, the little small beats. I love it, man. I love the hell out of it.
Hell yeah, man. I'm not as known with composers, but if freaking Hawthorne rocked out the Halloween 2 and Halloween 3 freaking or Carpenter by Halloween 3, but the Halloween 2 stuff, like hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah, dude, it was banging. Yeah, he was involved with 3 as well. And I think did he do 4? I think he did 4 as well, maybe, but I might be wrong on that. But either way, that the H2 score is banging, man.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Freaking dude who loves movies, what's going on, man? Don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button.
Hey,
that's my version of a roundhouse kick. I won't try to do as much, or I'll pull a quad. But thank you, dude who loves movies. And if you have a question for us, let us know. And freaking Matt Fauci says, question, isn't Fauci Cinema Fauci Cinema a piece of trash? No, you're not a piece of trash. You freaking make fire content, dude. Just recently celebrate your 500th video on freaking YouTube, man. I don't even know how many videos we've done. I feel like we've done so many. That'd be too many to count for us. But Matt, congratulations on your 500th video you did this past Sunday with Lee.
Yeah. Replace that trash can with a fire, and you got it just right, man. That's for sure. And we hammered it out. And plus, happy late birthday, man. Happy late birthday.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's never too late. Rosie says, yeah, what Brad said. So, damn it, Brad, you're influencing people.
Oh, nice.
Stop it. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, Fig, we're good on that one. Let's get freaking non-shy Rodney's question, man. With Terrifier 3 coming out sometime next year, it supposedly is going to take the gore to even another level, which I don't even see how you could take it to another level after Terrifier 2. What kind of deaths are you expecting to see? Dude. Actually, I could freaking answer this one. Let's do something different with Terrifier this time around. Let's go more personal deaths. Like something that just really is too personal for our protagonists. I don't want to see Art the Clown get freaking personal, man.
Let's just think about it for a second, man. So far, we've seen somebody getting sawed in half. We've seen somebody getting their dick chopped off. We've seen somebody getting their fucking mashed potatoes in, like, more than your daily dose of recommended mashed potatoes. I don't know, man. They're so creative with these kills. You don't know what they're going to do, and that's what's so crazy about it. You never know what that crazy ass clown is going to pull out next. But obviously, I want to see him, amp it up and go crazy, man. I mean, how do you do that? Beyond what you've already done, I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe we can do some fucking Saw shit and get a car involved, like they did with your Lincoln Park pal there. I don't know.
Yeah, become numb, right?
Yeah, get that face smash with the wheel. I don't know. There's so many crazy things you could do. Obviously we're going to get like a full fucking drawn and quarter situation where all the limbs come off of somebody for sure. Even though we kind of did that with what's her name actually in the last movie.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a bit since I've seen Terrifier 2. I'm saving it for this upcoming October watches. But dude, I know what freaking kill we could do. It's the kill that we demanded in Halloween, but we never got, man. We need that fucking katana sword coming back.
Fuck yeah, dude. Could you imagine Art the Clown running through the streets with a katana sword, just freaking slicing fools? He could have that one of those Texas Chainsaw bus situations.
Oh my gosh, if it could just do this and yeah, all the limbs fall off, and then you hear the guy in the background go, fatality.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he needs to use hot dogs this time instead of mashed taties. You cut the fucking
I
arms
love
off or
hot
the wiener.
dogs.
You stick the hot dog in there instead. That could be
Oh,
cool.
dude, freaking just cook a freaking just freaking cook human body parts, like a shish kebab, man.
Or
So,
he could be like Chris Farley in Beverly Hills Ninja and beat somebody with fish.
or like, hui, hui.
Oh, wow.
Dude, and just in case if y'all have never seen Beverly Hills Ninja, highly recommend that movie. One of Chris Farley's absolute best.
Yeah.
All right. Freaking Brother Fluff, what's going on? Speaking of hot, hello. Oh, sorry. It's between you two. We'll see our way out of it. So, Brother Fluff, what's going on, man? Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up your all steaming conversation. But in return to that, we'll answer your question, Fo. Who is the hottest witch in Oz? The great and powerful. Man, it's the freaking Mila Kunis. That's my favorite witch. Right before she turns all green and oogly.
I have literally zero idea what we're talking about. So I would agree with Mila Kunis because there's a good chance that wins anyway.
Hell yeah, man. So there you go, Brother Fluff. And Brother Fluff, how are you doing, my friend? Hope all is well in the freaking world. And that the Hatchet Boys freaking just joined in too. And Hatchet Boys, please find a way to contact me because I don't want you all to miss out any of your benefits for the tier 3 of the YouTube membership. We are about to do a poll, and we got a current poll going on too, and we want to make sure your vote gets heard. So find a
Yeah.
way to contact me so I can provide you with those options for you to vote on.
Yeah, man. We're trying to get caught up on some stuff, and we got some fun stuff lined up. The tier 3 people, if anybody's here in the chat too, I know that applies to Hatchet Boys as well. There's a poll up, like Brett said, right now for our next
And
Patreon.
one tomorrow.
Yes, and there's one. It's for our next Patreon watch party, which is going to be one of the movies from the tournament. There's 6 movies this time we put on there. So vote for that.
So be sure to freaking do that. Let's see here. Best way to contact us. If you have a Instagram, Goodwill Hunting Instagram is a great way to do it. If you have Twitter, Twitter direct message, I don't mind to do that. Pretty much just the social media sites. It's the best way to contact us. And all of our freaking socials are in the description down below too.
Yes.
And that's in regards to everybody else too. So here, I'm just getting some more questions started here. This here. We have not done a question from Sebastian, so let's get his question here. Stefan, good. I had to work out. Oh, wait, man. What the world? I started the wrong thing. So I'm just being nosy in everybody's conversation. So I apologize. What's your top 5 scores from horror? Actually, Sebastian, what we're going to do is, Brad, you know what Stefan did? Do you know what happens when Stefan gets us such a daunting task?
Stefan, and this was Sebastian that said that.
Yeah. Oh, so I know it was from the earlier, but Sebastian,
you just made
the list.
But I can give you 5 that I like, though, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Right here,
do you
right
want
now.
to go ahead and do that? Go ahead. Like, there's so many of them for me, so there's like one that stands among the pack for me.
Not really in particular order, but obviously, like, you're going to have Halloween in there, and you're going to have The Shining. Those two, obviously, are pretty much going to be in the top 5 of any of my list. But Jaws as well is really good.
Mm-hmm.
That score is pretty iconic. What else we got, Birdie? There's some other good ones.
Just the one that always comes to the top of my head. It Follows. Absolutely love the score. That score pretty much just makes the entire movie kind of like the same level as how the Halloween score made up the 1978 classic. Because without that music, that movie is really hard to sell. So It Follows is a great one for me. I think an underrated one is the freaking Conjuring, especially with the opening being one of the most iconic opening scores in horror movie history. So The Conjuring. What else do we have? Halloween 2018 is one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah, pretty much all of the Halloween ones. I'm just going to wrap into one, but yeah, definitely for sure. There's so many great ones within that franchise. Halloween 2, Halloween 2018, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Psycho was pretty iconic.
Psycho's great.
God, dude, I feel like
Um,
let's see, The
I know
Thing had
we're
a pretty
missing.
banging score.
Yeah, I think the thing is a good one.
Dude, I like the Candyman score a lot for sure.
Ooh, that's
From the original
underrated.
movie. Yeah, that one's creepy as hell. Um, let's see. Oh, here we go. This could probably help. Haven't seen that yet. But yeah, that's a few off the top of my head anyway.
Okay, yeah, just a few. But Brad still write it on the list, and we'll get him an official one versus one
Yeah.
like where we just let it marinate into our little brains.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Let's see here. I just want to make sure.
Oh, Saul too, man. Don't forget about Saul. That shit's banging.
Of course, yeah. Freaking Hello Seb. Like you can't forget that. Let's see here. Hatchet Boys has a question for us. What is the first horror movie to get you into liking horror movies? Ha! I've kind of already told the tale a little bit about it, and of course, if you're familiar with the channel, you know this. But just in case, Hatchet Boys, I'd be happy to tell you. The one that really got me into horror, and I mentioned earlier, this movie changed my life. It's The Conjuring. The Conjuring is the one that Brad made me watch, saying if I don't like The Conjuring, I don't have to watch another horror film ever. And The Conjuring is what made me fall in love with the horror genre, and I never looked back, man. So The Conjuring is the first horror movie to get me officially liking horror movies.
I put a lot of eggs in that basket for sure,
Yeah, you
man.
did.
But it turned out to be a good investment. For me, it's Jason Lives, man. Friday the 13th, Part 6. That's what I was introduced to at a very young age. From there, Halloween followed pretty soon after. As did the Friday or the Freddy movies and all that stuff. Chucky and all that stuff came. So yeah, I grew up watching Jason Lives on repeat. That and Halloween too.
Ooh, fuck, dude. Good choices, my friend. Freaking classics and banger after banger. Let's see here. Stefan, Brad, you guys have seen Pearl, right? Yeah, of course we've seen Pearl. Definitely one of my favorite movies of last year of 2022. And Mia Goth, that gummit, why didn't she get a freaking like an Oscar, an Emmy, or any kind of acting reward for this performance?
Yeah, I think if there was any horror movie that should have had, or actor, I should say, that should have had the chance at the Oscar, it should have been her. I think, especially in Pearl, the way her character got, so fleshed out, it was really well done. That monologue at the end, outstanding. A lot of good moments in that thing of suspense, and she's really what sells it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, dude. And hey, if it's a consolation prize, screw it. It's not a consolation prize. When you win a real horror award from Good Will Hunting, it means freaking something. And I do remember Mia Goth winning a horror award based on her performances in Pearl and X. So you know what? That's all that freaking matters.
Absolutely, dude. She freaking crushed that.
Yeah, and guys, so just speaking of freaking the real horror awards, we're pretty much over the halfway mark now. So I'm going to start within the next couple of months, just doing some announcements to get you all pumped and ready for the Real Horror Awards of 2024. We're going to make everything double better because when it's number 2, you got to double it up, baby.
Yeah, baby. I tell you what else had a good score was Sinister Birdie. That's one that always freaked the fuck out of me, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I love the shit out of that one. Yeah, that one always that's one of those things that really amplified the freaking fear in that movie, man. It made you just really scared of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And oh wait, where did she go? Jamie Hart, how are you doing, Jamie? I was in your live premiere chat a little bit yesterday. I'm not sure if you saw me or not, but again, great job on that video, and keep up the great work on your channel. And just in case, if y'all have not subscribed to Jamie, please do so. She can use the love.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And thanks for being here too.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bradley, We got a $5 super chat, so we always have to address super chats here. Ooh, that's a nice little feature. I didn't know you could click on the little green thing at the top of this chat right here on StreamYard, and it pulls up the question. But I wanted the people to see it though. So Chris Snyder says, rewatch for $5, that is. Rewatched the menu again last night. Love it. But my question is, if you stood up to chef and demanded what food item you wanted, what would it be? I love a good food question, dude. But before we even dive into freaking food, Brad, play us a video.
Let's play a video. I need to add some more videos, but let's play one right now. Let's get rocking and rolling. Which one are we going to go with? We haven't done this one.
What you gonna do, Derek?
So, Brad, what food would you want to freaking demand chef make you?
I feel like Chef could make a fucking fire fillet of salmon. So I would jump on that for sure with a potato.
Salmon?
Maybe some Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts. I think I could jump on that.
Give me back the salmon, man. But like, what? Oh man, dude.
You don't like salmon?
I like salmon. Okay. I'm more of a red snapper person myself, or the traditional catfish, if you ask me. But if I'm gonna walk up to the freaking chef, man, I'll walk up to him, slap him across the face, and say, "Hey, make me the most delicious prime rib of all time."
He could do it. He could definitely do it for sure.
I bet he'll kill me after I slapped him, like in his most artistic way. But yeah, I like to have the prime rib before he kills me. So
yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that either, man. That's a good piece of meat.
Yeah.
Brett likes his meats.
So I think juicy, dude.
So juicy, bro.
So, Chris, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, man.
All right, let's see here. You guys are just you're freaking awesome in the chat right now. So if I'm missing any like obvious comments or anything like that, I apologize. You guys are just banging right now. Aaron Click, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing?
Hey, welcome to the party, pal. Good to see you.
All right, see, we did the super chat. We see here, we did that one. Let's go to Ronnie's question real quick, Brad, because this goes out to you. Every video I've seen, I've always admired your physical media shelf right behind you. I was wondering, when did you start collecting the Blu-rays or any format?
And honestly, it was about right when I turned 16, 17, shortly after I got my license, because I started going up to this place where I'm from that sells
Say it.
used. Yeah, McKay. They sell used Blu-rays, DVDs, stuff like that. At the time, it was DVDs I was collecting. So by the time I got to college, my dorm, I always had 2 big-ass boxes of DVDs that I took with me to college. And that was before Netflix and stuff. So it just felt necessary to do that. We were always watching flicks and stuff in the dorms. So that is where we got our media from. So I did that. Shortly after college and stuff, I started trading all those in and buying Blu-rays and kind of, jumped into that ever since. But I really don't buy that many anymore, man. I find myself like, obviously I like having them. And if I have the 4K, I'll put that in. But if it's just a Blu-ray, if I can find it streaming, I'd rather do that because it saves your spot. And a lot of times I can't finish a full movie in one sitting. So I can watch it and pause it and then come back to it later. And it's already right there. I don't have to find my spot again. So I really like that feature of the digital media, but I still just love having the physical media because when you can't find something, it's always there.
Hey, that's a good point, man. Unfortunately, I sold most of my physical media besides of personal favorites and like gifts from our fellow supporters. I cannot sell them. Like I do not have the being because with them having that much kind of like kind thought to give either of us such a gift, I can never trade that away. Like no way, Jose. So I still have a couple of stuff over there, and of course, I have fan films of the people we support in their projects.
Yeah, dude. And surely you got that Friday the 13th, that sexy ass collection still back there. So that's got to be good.
Yeah. I need to put that as one of our clips. Yeah. So let's see here. So great question there, Ronnie. Mark Jones, let's get your first question in here. What are your least favorite horror movies? Oh, dude.
Birdie's got a few of them, don't he?
Oh, okay. And to go back to the question earlier for somebody says a movie being overrated, definitely one I do have is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I cannot get into that movie. I can never even get halfway to that movie. I always turn it off because of how completely opposite it is from the original. So for my big answer for overrated horror movie, it is definitely Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, dude. As far as least favorite though, The Nun's got to be on there. That's probably one of the only horror movies I've ever put on that I couldn't finish because it was so fucking bad. Like it was just atrocious. I couldn't get through it. And so that's got to be on the list because usually I can at least finish a movie and just not watch it again. But that was one case I just couldn't even do that. Yeah, I tend to stay away from movies that I know are going to be bad. I just don't want to waste my time. So that's probably a good example. But I hate, I mean, boring, like generic. I just hate generic horror movies. There's a lot of like generic, like The Nun's a good example, like generic kind of like possession style films like that they've made ever since The Conjuring came out and Insidious came out. That shit, generic movies just kill me. With jump scares and stuff. I like a good story. I like good characters. So when I get to something like that, I just fucking hate it.
And that is a good one with The Nun, just to be honest with you. Even though from what I've been hearing, The Nun 2 is better. That's what I've been hearing so far. So far, my freaking
of course it's going to be better. It couldn't be any fucking worse, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Put the W's up. I'm going to get a W on that. Support Nun 2, y'all.
No, don't support the Nun 2. We don't need any more Nun movies, dude.
Hey, or you can say we need none of it. But
thank you,
Brad.
Yes.
The 2 I will go ahead and give you for worst horror movies for me. Leatherface is the first movie ever to make me fall asleep within the first 10 minutes of the movie. So Leatherface, but definitely the worst horror movie of all the times, of the hundreds of years we got horror movies. It's got to be the one that you've freaking got me on with the Survivor Series game, Jeepers Creepers 4.
Dude, I will. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers 3 is another example of one that I fucking hated. I did get through that one, but that was a horrible movie too.
But
yeah,
God, the fourth one was so rough, dude. And I had to do the freaking live watch party on it. So, which, by the way, when you get done not being so busy, you are owed the movie that I put you on to watch for my Survivor Series win.
This is true. I need to
get to it. I'll say, do you one better? I'll save it for October for you because the movie I selected for you is an October atmosphere.
Hey, that works for me, man. Yeah, that one. That one was just fucking dreadful. Both of those. There's a lot of sequels.
That's right, Ashton. Let's go. Nun 2, baby.
Seed of Chucky is dreadful. That's another good example. There's a lot. There's plenty in the franchises that just went. Pew. Sinister 2 was pretty disappointing. Insidious 4.
Hey, leave Insidious 4 alone. It's not as bad as the people think.
It's pretty bad.
Well, you're bad. Just kidding. You lose every argument going like you suck or you bad. Your mom goes to college.
So I'll tell you, one of the most disappointing movies ever was Saw 7 because I was so excited for that one,
dude. Especially after coming off of 6.
Yeah, 6 was great, and we had all these theories about Saw 7, and all the anticipation for it, and it was a major letdown, man. I mean, it's one of those movies I can still watch when I'm watching the franchise, but it's still just as far as disappointment factor goes, it's up there.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with you. That was bad, and plus the cotton candy blood. Like, what more can you say about that?
Yeah.
Miss Carter, how are you doing, Miss Carter?
Hey.
And Brad, since we're on the Saw topic real quick, we'll go ahead and announce this. On August the 3rd, Brad wanted to freaking do another watch party series because he's having way too much fun with these watch party series, especially our new way of doing watch parties and reviews all at the exact same time. We've been enjoying them. Do what we enjoyed, right? That's what we're all about on this channel. And Brad, what is your freaking idea right here?
Dude, we're going to be watching all the damn Saw movies, man. We got Saw 10 coming out this October, so we have to. We have to. There's no way around it. We have to lead up to Saw 10 the right way. So we're going to be doing it by watching all the Saw movies again. And I'm excited. I love going back and watching these franchises, and it just makes it more enjoyable when we do it together and live and with people that we like, cool people. And it just makes it, there's that much more fun, man, especially when it gets to the bad ones.
Yeah,
Because
because
I'll
you
tell
know
you, the Friday the 13th, I've never had so much fun watching some of those bad movies that I did with the Watch Party series.
yeah, and plus you know we're all in this together. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do High School Musical on you guys, but no, I'm excited for the Saw Watch Party series as well. And you can bet your bottom we're going to try to get on some cool guests to come along our channel and to watch these movies with us too. I'm in the process of trying to get that put together.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Gonna be a blast. Blast!
Yeah. So let's see here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions here. Uh, da, 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 da. I think we are good. Ooh, Jamie says Saul is my favorite series. So Jamie, there you go. We hope to see you there in the freaking chat.
Yeah, dude. Can't wait. It is one of mine as well, man. I love especially the first 6 of them I love. After that, it's hit or miss, but
Or I'll actually be honest with you, I almost enjoy Saw 2 more than I do the original Saw in
see,
its ways.
I don't get crazy like that. I love Saw 2.
In a way.
But dude, that first one's just such a it's a classic horror movie, man.
Absolutely, it is. Aaron Click, I don't think we got a question from you, but here you go, my friend, saying, Brad, have you seen the new Mission Impossible movie? If so, your thoughts. And Brett, man, what was your bad experience with it? Oh, Brad, you go first because I need a prop for this one.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie of the year so far, so that tells you something. We actually just did on our Patreon live show on Saturday or Sunday this past weekend. We did a full Mission Impossible ranking, all kinds of fun stuff. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a flawless film. I think it was my most anticipated movie this year, and it did not disappoint. It held up to that and then some. It's a flawless action flick, dude. I tell you, it has great action sequences, fantastic stunts, stuff you don't see anywhere else. You got Marvel out here doing all kinds of fake ass CGI, and then here comes Tom Cruise jumping off cliffs and shit, hanging on the sides of trains and all kinds of fun stuff. So,
especially with Brie Larson, has to. I learned this today, but Brie Larson has to do a CGI scene with a cat because she's allergic to cats. So a lot of her budget in the Marvel movies go to the CGI effects on the stupid cat.
Yeah, you know what? And I bet a lot of people are allergic to jumping off fucking cliffs with a motorcycle, but Tom Cruise did it anyway. So give it to me. I love doing that. It's just such a fun time for, it sucks that he's getting old because he's one of the only people that really just, really care about making practical effects work. And he's doing such a great job with it, man.
Yeah, dude, he's freaking phenomenal. And I love Mission Impossible, the new one.
I love the story. Not to get, I won't give you no spoilers here, but it leans into the AI stuff, which is really cool. It's interesting. It creates new challenges for all the characters that we haven't seen before. They have to kind of resort to kind of some of their old tactics, which is really cool. And yeah, man, it's neat, man. It's awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. And before I get to my experience, we can answer this quick question real quick from freaking chat. Who is our favorite stirrer? I like freaking Ratatouille from the movie Ratatouille, Lil Chef. I think he's a great stirrer. He knows how to stir his food. Oh,
I like
who
the lady.
am I kidding? It's freaking Chad.
I like the lady from Get Out with the teacup. She does a really good job.
Ooh, that's a damn. So Chad, you're fucked, buddy.
Yeah. No.
And Aaron Click, to go back to your question, I had to get a prop. Yeah, when I have to get a prop to tell you how bad this moviegoer was, this guy's freaking bad. Okay, this is the opening, and the opening of the movie is real quiet, so it's more dialogue driven, so you really have to pay attention to what's going on. Couldn't do that as much because there's this asshole. Okay, an asshole, okay. Every time he gets a bite of his popcorn, reaches in the bucket, eats it, he gets a napkin here. Very loudly, each individual finger, okay? Grabs another thing of popcorn, eats it. Napkin, each individual finger, and that son of a bitch did it 30 straight times. I legit thought I was going to have to get up and punch this guy in the face, or at least be like freaking the Duke and snap his fingers.
So he had a lot of butter in his popcorn. He's doing the right thing by wiping it off. He doesn't want to be like yeah,
but you don't have to be loud.
You got to get the butter grains out of your finger.
You don't have to be loud. There's a easier, more quiet way to do that. Like, come on, man.
Butter
Like
boy.
that and he freaking just laughed at every freaking non-funny thing in Mission Impossible. Like, if it's a funny thing, yeah, absolutely, he could have laughed. But when
I
it's just like the more serious moments, he just freaking did this whole annoying laugh. And it was bad, man. He easily enters my top 3 of worst moviegoer of all time.
I gotta be honest with you, man. I was sitting there I was having such a good time with the movie that I was sitting there like fucking Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar the whole time, just fucking sitting there like laugh crying because I was having such a good time. Like just like I can't believe how good this is. Like yeah, it was great. That's how good it was. But I can't. I mean, I can't recommend enough going to the movies as early as possible, preferably on a weekday. But if you can only swing a weekend, early times, it's the best, man.
Well, I tried to. You would think on a Wednesday at 9 o'clock on a work week, nobody would be there, and so me and my buddy, we had it made. We had the whole theater to ourselves, and right as the second trailer played, that's when everybody started to come in, and I was
Damn.
like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Damn.
I was just so pissed, dude.
Hate it when you get that close to a good time.
Oh, dude, we were about to have the best time. I was at a point now where I was getting ready to live stream it. So, hey, y'all want to see it? Nah, I'm just kidding. You don't do that. That's a big no-no in theaters.
Was there were no EpiPens though, were there?
No epic. Anyways, so Aaron Clegg, there's your question right there, my friend. So let's go back to one of the earlier questions we had earlier. I'm pretty sure we got at least everybody's first round of questions, so we can start going round 2. Which horror actors deserve more praise? Casteller asked us.
That's a good question.
Easy. Freaking Toni Collette.
Toni Collette for sure, dude. Absolutely.
I'll even raise you one. I can't remember her name, but it's the chick from Us that has to play both of the personalities. The main character.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but no, absolutely, she deserves a lot more praise.
Yeah, absolutely. She was great. Ethan Hawke's one that comes to mind. He got a lot of praise for Black Phone, but prior to that, obviously, he crushed Sinister. I think, did a really good job with that.
And throw out a little Purge in there, Brad. He did a decent in the Purge.
Yeah, he was good in the Purge. Yeah, the Purge was a lot of fun with him. And he's popping in. Right. I'm thinking Willem Dafoe, but just because the Lighthouse, I don't know. I mean, he nobody really refers to him as a
Are you fond of me, lobster?
Yeah. Don't just spill your beans, Winslow.
Oh man, speaking of freaking Fond of Me Lobster, we have the Fond of Me Lobster region in the freaking Summer/tournament. So be sure to freaking fill that out.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Absolutely. Fill it out. Check it out. Let me keep this up for a second because let me see what I gotta see. Let me tell you what I gotta watch for the first time.
Here, let me clear this up real quick. Let me clear it up.
So I gotta watch Piranha 3D, but we gotta do that actually for the Patreon.
Patreon watch party.
Oh shit, yeah. That's already on there. We could have just watched that still. Let's see. I still gotta watch that. I gotta watch the ABCs of Death. I haven't seen that yet. Let's see. Hostel 2 I've seen. I'm not gonna rewatch that. Don't Breathe. Deliver Us from Evil. I haven't seen that either.
While you're looking at those real quick, just some answers in the chat here about horror actors that should get a lot more praise. Mark Patton and Freddy's Revenge, absolutely. Joey King and The Conjuring, absolutely agree. And of course, Brad, your boy, Ronan Campbell.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Love that guy, man.
Of course you do.
Actually, I think I'm pretty much good, man. I've seen most of these movies, actually. Hellraiser Inferno, I haven't seen that.
You're not missing much.
The Green Inferno is one I still like. That's one of the ones I couldn't finish either because it just wasn't interesting and it was gross. And those combined, I'm going to rewatch Mirrors because I don't remember that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Knock Knock was fucking crazy. That was a wild ride.
Oh my god, dude. Hey, you might never know. Upset City. No, I'm just kidding. Spoiler alert. Not that much of an upset right there. But again, if you all want to fill out a bracket, that link to that bracket is in the comics section right now. Click the link, fill out your bracket, and after you're done, screenshot it, send it our way for entry to our cool contest for a potential $25 Amazon gift card.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what, guys? It's just click of a button and it's for free. So what are you waiting on?
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Brooke, you haven't asked us a question, so let's get you a question in. Have y'all seen the Cobweb trailer? Are y'all going to see Talk to Me? Looks like they could be interesting. To first part, I am absolutely going to go see Talk to Me. I'm hearing nothing but excellent things, and it actually, from what I've been hearing, possibly could be a potential top 3 or top 5 of horror movies of 2023 this year. That's from what I've been hearing. But from the Cobweb trailer, I've seen bits and pieces of that trailer. But if there is a showing for it, I would be down to go see it. Just freaking spiders creep me out, and what a freaking horror movie than spiders, man.
Yeah, I don't know about Cobweb, but Talk to Me for sure. Gonna see. I'll check out the trailer for Cobweb. I haven't even seen the trailer to Talk to Me. I've just heard about all the buzz. So
At
definitely
this
gonna see
point, don't
that.
go see the trailer.
Okay, I won't do it then.
Yeah, just go in blind. Unlike, even though the trailer does a pretty decent enough job where it doesn't really give you too much of it, but if you just don't want like anything to get spoiled at this point, there's just no point of watching it.
Hey, I'll give you another underrated horror actor. That's gonna be Mark Duplass from Creep, dude. He's fucking creepy in those
Ooh,
movies.
good pick.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Really, really creepy.
All right. Chaz says I would tell Green Inferno to eat a chode, but that movie might actually attempt to. So fuck that movie.
Yeah, thank you. I agree. I not a big fan of that flick. I watched probably half of it, and I was like, this just characters suck. The gore is ridiculous. And I'm all for gore, but it just was just not needed. It was I didn't like the movie.
Yeah, it's just what we call out there. That's all it really is. So Miss Carter, Jamie, we got your questions. We're going to go ahead and get to them. And Destiny, what's going on there? How are you doing? And actually, oh yeah, Destiny, real quick, I sent you a message earlier. Check on that because I was wanting to get your thoughts on something real quick. So just when you can, so not a big deal, just when you can. Miss Carter, how do you feel about Evil Dead Rise? Watched it first time yesterday. I loved it. So Brad, go ahead. What did you think about Evil Dead Rise?
I think it's my second favorite horror movie of the year so far. Which honestly, this year isn't saying too much, unfortunately, but I really enjoyed it. It was pretty much everything I expected it to be. Great gore, a lot of good times. The characters were a lot of fun in the movie. So I enjoyed it for that. I liked the new setting of the skyscraper for Evil Dead movie. I thought that was really fresh.
The
And
high rise.
yeah, the high rise. That was kind of cool. But yeah, it was a blast. I need to watch it again now that it's on Max or wherever it's at.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it is on HBO Max right now. And I loved Evil Dead Rise. I was kind of nervous about it, but with all the positive reviews it's been getting right before it hit the theater, that's where I was excited for it. And when I saw it with the opening title card, I couldn't stop smiling ever since. So I absolutely loved Evil Dead Rise. Definitely one of the top contenders for horror movie of 2023.
For sure, man.
Yeah. So, no, she thinks she's in trouble. No, you're not in trouble. It was just more of a curiosity question because, and while Destiny's there too, we'll go ahead and do this for last bit, a little bit of promoting. Me and Destiny got back from the dead on Sunday at noon Eastern time. We're going to horror movie anniversaries for the month of July. We got some amazing titles there, so you all do not want to miss this jam-packed episode on Sunday at noon Eastern time.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think Jamie had a question next. So let's go ahead and go to Jamie's question. And then actually, real quickly, because this is an easy one, just real quick, and we'll get Jamie's question. I promise, Jamie. Halloween Resurrection or Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? Easy. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Rob Zombie's cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree, man. Totally, 100%, no question. It's Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies in the franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see here. Okay. And Jamie's question is, what movies do you guys like that others definitely don't? Ooh.
That's a tough
Uh
question.
Actually, one that pops up to my brain immediately for some reason is Prom Night Remake. I don't know what it is about it. Like, I just really enjoyed that movie. Just with Brittany Snow in it. And I feel like it understood the kind of like idea about prom night. Could it have been better? Yes, but it's a fun PG-13 watch for me. Like, I don't get bored with it. A lot of people seem to hate it, but I don't hate it at all. I actually preferred it more than the original.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I honestly haven't seen either one of those in a while, so I cannot answer that question. But God, that's a tough question. Man, I would probably say that I like Freddy's Dead more than the average person, but I wouldn't necessarily. It's still one of the worst movies of the franchise. So I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like I'm mostly in line with what other people think when it comes to those movies. So if I think of something else, I'll let you know.
hmm Ooh,
But that's a
Seed of
good.
Chucky is another. Like not for me. Like I don't like Seed of Chucky, but I do hear that a lot. That Stefan said that Seed of Chucky. I see a lot of people have fun with Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, I mean, you can have fun with it, and that's kind of what I do with Freddy's Dead. Like it's definitely far removed from what the original few movies were in the franchise, but it's a fun time. It's see here's the thing about it. It's not boring. You
hmm
compare it to Jason Takes Manhattan or Jason Goes to Hell or Halloween Resurrection. A lot of those movies are just boring. Freddy's Dead's not that. It's goofy as fuck. You know, you can have a good time with it. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I next time I watch it, I may fucking hate it. But yeah, I would say that I honestly would. When I rank the big three, that's not at the bottom. I'll tell you that much.
hmm And Jamie with an interesting choice here, saying The Exorcist 2. I know is flawed, but what a beautiful mess. Now you got me interested.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those movies except for the first one.
I need to see
So
I'm holding off on the third one, building up to The Exorcist the Believer. But definitely going to add The Exorcist 2 now to my watch list, leading up to the new Exorcist movie.
yeah, for sure.
So great question there. Ooh, Chester, this is a really good question from you. Worst movies this year, you guys didn't like. So let me pull up my list real quick.
Cocaine Bear's at the bottom of my list. I can go ahead and tell you that. Um, it just was not good. I don't have any interest in watching that again. I also know that yeah, Ant-Man was not far behind that. Insidious was disappointing. I think Boogeyman was disappointing too. It had a lot of buzz. Boogeyman did. It's still. I mean, it's in the bottom four of my movies for the year.
Mhm.
Wasn't that great? Sick was good. It actually was better than I expected it to be, but it's still just by comparison near the bottom of my list too. But really, the only ones I really didn't like was probably Cocaine Bear, and I didn't really care for Ant-Man that much.
Hmm. All right. Some of the ones that I have here, talking about the non horror movies first. I got Playing with Gerard Butler. Just such a too much of a generic action movie for me. It didn't offer really anything new. Pretty much, if you're just a Gerard Butler fan, you're going to get some entertainment out of it. I'm just an okay Gerard Butler fan, so that movie did not take flight with me. Ha ha ha. And then and another movie which I feel so bad for freaking our boy Adam Driver, Brad, but the movie 65. I just felt like it's just way that kind of movie is way beneath him. Like, of course, he tries the best that he can, but to me, it was just boring. I didn't really get any excitement from that movie. So those are two non-horror movies. But my two big horror movies that I think are the worst of the worst, or that are commonly known to the public. My bottom two are not so known, that are definitely bad. But the ones just known that are bad, to me, is Winnie the Pooh, Blow and Honey. That's the worst of the worst. Even though
Blow and Honey?
no, Blood and Honey. Oh my God, Brad, shut up.
You said Blow and Honey.
No, I say blood. I say the blood. Like the L was silent.
Let's rewind it.
No. Blow and Honey. Take it, Brad. But no, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I personally, I thought I had a good time with, or as good of a time as you can with that movie. I knew going in it was going to be bad, so I just enjoyed it for what it was. It had some interesting kills, but no, seriously, folks, it is bad, so don't watch it. And another one, Brad will hardly, like, very aggressively disagree with me on this one, but Infinity Pool. Anything Cronenberg, I'm not a huge fan on. I will give it its credit that Mia Goth was incredible in that movie, but yeah, the shampoo effect that the shampoo prop they used in it, Brad, you know exactly what scene I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I just like, what the hell on that. So I wasn't a big fan on Infinity Pool. So those are my two worst horror movies of the year for me.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. I really enjoyed it. I dug the hell out of it. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it was. It was a lot better than his dad's movie, Crimes of the Future, last year, for sure.
Oh, so much. I'll agree. It is so much better. Like 2 times. Even though for Crimes of the Future, I gave it a 1 star. Infinity Pool, I kind of gave it a 2 star. But mainly that 2 star mainly belonged to Mia Goth. So
that's twice as good though, Birdie. You said 2 times, and that's true.
2 times,
yeah, 2 times.
Definitely Destiny loved it. I remember her seeing it, like her letterbox, and she loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to watching it again. I know it's on Hulu now, so I need to give it a shot, for sure.
Yeah, I recently got Hulu back just to finish up some of the summer / tournament we got setting with some of the movies there. So got Hulu back, and yeah, I think Infinity Pool was on there. So give it a watch again, Brad.
I'll do it.
And then Byron, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Brad, we are about within an hour. I got 1 question left. You want to do that 1 question and then just skedaddle on out of here, or how much time
man.
you got?
I mean, I'm good to hang for a minute, but sure, yeah.
Okay. So if y'all have any like quick, rapid last round questions, let us know.
Go for maybe another 15 minutes if you want to.
Okay, I just didn't want hurt damage time or anything like that.
No, you're good.
So,
no, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Stefan says, do you guys tend to have food when watching horror movies? And that I'd be what literally they're eating or describing in horror movies. I will say it all, like for a big time movie event, that's when I bring food into my mix of my movie theater experience. If we're not counting popcorn, like with the Evil Dead Rise, I along with my big tub of popcorn, I include Bunch of Crunch, like Nestle's Bunch of Crunch, like the Crunch bars, but in the tiny little balls. If you combine that with popcorn, it's the ultimate sweet snack. And I was just freaking like eating that combination while Mother Deadite was ripping body parts off. So it really doesn't bother me. It never really bothered me. Like I was a kid when I was little that watch the live, like the real episodes of ER where they actually like do the documentary and show like the surgeries and the blood and all that. And I was just eating my scrambled eggs for breakfast in the morning while watching blood all over the place.
Yeah. For me, I mean, popcorn is definitely my go-to. I fucking love popcorn. I'll go to the movie sometimes just for the popcorn. Like I'll pick a bad movie, or not really a bad one, but just a random one. I'll go see something that I don't really have that much excitement for, just so I can go eat some popcorn from the movies. And I'll do it here at home too. I'll put a little oil on there, some butter on there, and some seasoning salt, and have a really good time. I love doing that. Doesn't matter what time. For instance, this Friday I'm going to see Oppenheimer at 9:30 in the morning. Going to get popcorn for sure. I love it. It's my jam.
That was a nice segue question right there.
Oh yeah, gonna see if I have an IMAX. Dude, let me tell you something, man. I was so disappointed. So they're showing Oppenheimer in the 70 millimeter IMAX in 30 theaters in the freaking world. 30 theaters. One of them's like 30 minutes up the road, and by the time I actually went to go look for tickets, it was all booked up for the weekend. Because we pretty much have to go on Fridays. Because we still have the daycare and we can go and see the movie then. But yeah, Friday was completely booked up. So what I did, I had to decide between IMAX, regular IMAX, or 70 millimeter. And I chose the 70 millimeter because I think it's a little bit more rare. And I think they're only showing that in like maybe 150 theaters in the world. So I was like, it still seems pretty cool. So yeah, I'm doing 70 millimeter over IMAX.
Yeah, and I'm hell yeah, dude. So you're gonna get a lot better experience than I am because I'm just seeing it in the Big D, which for us the Big D is Big Dobie, which
What a
Dobie is
fucking
just like
name,
the.
dude.
It's the
Why would they
stupidest
call it
freaking
that?
name.
Big D,
I'm
dude.
just always so ashamed to say, hey, I get to see a movie in the Big D. Like, oh my
Yeah. Why did they do that? Like they're trolling everybody when they did that. What if you saw Piranha Double D in the Big D? Like, what would you do then?
or just the movie D in Big D. Like, there's too many D's.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's a lot of D's out there, man.
D's nuts.
There's a lot of
Ha!
D's. Yeah.
Got it.
Hey.
So, Stefan, I apologize, man. Apparently, I didn't get the point of the question. So let me read it again just to make sure I get your question right. I meant the food they eat or describing the Pacific film, like celebrating with, let's say, a few sandwiches or pizzas from Halloween 2.
Yeah, that fucking pizza that what's his name fucking describes sounds pretty banging. Not gonna lie, I've never actually done that. That actually sounds like a fun idea to get that cooked up, or maybe I've get some pizzas for like Home Alone, you know, and just eat it with Home Alone.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is a good option too. I don't think I've ever actually like gone out of my way to do that, but it's a fantastic idea. Actually, I think I might actually have to think about that.
Dude, for me, for Thanksgiving to get me in the Thanksgiving spirit is looking at that freaking Thanksgiving spread and you're next. Even though technically it's not a Thanksgiving film, but it looks like such a Thanksgiving setup, you could kind of pass it along as a Thanksgiving film. So definitely the table with your next with all their food spread, which they did not touch, and it pisses me off.
Dude, there's a fucking deleted scene in Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, where this dude, Daniel Harris Annie is hanging out at home by herself, and you know how her dad like fucking not Willem
How can you
Dafoe.
eat that cardboard?
Not Willem Dafoe, but Brad
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif, thank you. He's all like overprotective over during Halloween. He sends over some random neighbor ass dude that like she kind of can't stand. It's you know like a dude her age, and he's like trying to like hit on her a little bit. So he comes over there to hang out with her that night. It's a cool deleted scene. He's got this big ass fucking plate of nachos that he makes, dude.
Ooh.
It's fucking like it's massive. He's got fucking everything on there. There's chili, there's jalapenos on there, all that fun stuff.
Was it messy nachos?
Oh man, yeah, they could be as messy as you want them to be.
Oh, those are.
I tell you what,
best.
if that scene were still in the movie, man, I would make it a tradition from here on out to get that fucking plate of nachos every time I watch it, because that would be fucking yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And Chris, definitely with one of my favorite answers as well is the freaking cheeseburger in the menu. That cheeseburger looked absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely, that's what inspired me to start making smash burgers at home, man. For sure, man.
Ooh, dude, you need to make me a smash burger when I head down to that area around November.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's see here. Mega Cat, what's going on, dude? How are you doing? We're just hanging out for within like the next 9 minutes. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Brad, the Hatchet Boys asks, how much can you bench, Brad?
Hey, my record,
Mr. Macho Man.
My record is 330 pounds. But more recently, probably it's around 315.
Nice. I could bench 320.
Get out of town.
I know. I'm sorry. I do couch crutches. That's my main source of exercise. That's how I stay so lean. So let's see here. Sebastian asks if there's any crossover in horror you'd like to see, what would it be? Ooh. I already tell you because we kind of did a video idea on this, Brad, way early stages of our YouTube channel. But definitely what I'd love to see is Aaron from Your Next cross over to the world of Friday the 13th and had her fight Jason.
Yeah, we also talked about Aaron in Evil Dead, I think was an option too.
Ooh,
but here's
fun one.
Here's one I'd like to see. I'd like to see Ed and Lorraine Warren going up against Pennywise. That would be cool as fuck. Yeah. Or also Batman and Freddy Krueger would be pretty badass too.
Yeah, just to see how Batman's going to freaking strategize. Pearl and Carrie would be an interesting matchup.
Yes, that would be interesting as fuck for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, Gosh, my computer's going crazy. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, wait a minute. We did that one and we did that one. So that kind of answers all the questions. Brad, do you see anything else? I don't think I'm seeing anything else. Alarm going off. Sleepwalkers equals corn cobs, like corn on the cob. I love a good corn on the cob, dude.
I like the Krista limousine and pizza compliments of the Plaza Hotel, straight from Pennywise's mouth himself, aka
Ooh,
Tim Curry.
pizza is okay. No, I'm just kidding. Freaking pizza is phenomenal, dude. Especially the hand toss. I've been in the hand toss mood lately when it comes to my pizza, and it's delicious.
What about pizza while you're watching Nightmare on Elm Street 4, dude, with those fucking
That's the only
meatballs?
movie I cannot watch pizza, or I cannot eat pizza while watching that movie. There's no freaking way because that scene disgusts me.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking gross.
It
For
kind of
sure.
actually reminded me of my bad experience at Marco's Pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, not good. So yeah, I'm not seeing any other questions. So Brad, let's just go ahead and spend this time kind of like just wrap everything up, say what's coming up on the channel in the future. And then let's go ahead and just start with the big one here, Brad. Let me remove this banner real quick. Let's see here. Yeah, Scream Warriors, we're back, baby. We appreciate your all's patience. We always just want to make sure we do the show together, not leave anyone out. We finally got a schedule where everybody could come together, and this will be this Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time on the Final Ghouls' YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe over to the Final Ghouls, set those notification bells so you do not miss this, as we're going to go over our top 5 summer horror movies, each of our top 5 summer horror movies. So you're going to get 5 different lists from 5 different people. So you're going to get a lot of variety of summer horror flicks, or even some similar ones as well.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun list, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. And when will we be back on Good Will Hunting? Like I said, this Sunday at noon Eastern time. Back from the Dead, the show I do with Destiny, as we celebrate the horror movie anniversaries. We're going to cover July. You already see some good movies up there. So, and of course, The Last Drive-In. We'll definitely go into that conversation as well. So this will be this Sunday, upcoming Sunday at noon Eastern time. And Brad, tell us a little bit about this summer slash that you came up with us.
Dude, we're taking all the best modern horror directors. That's any horror director that's made at least 2 films after 2000. And we're going to put all their movies in a bracket, 64 movies, and we're going to duke it out, each one of them. And we're going to figure out which one's the best. Really looking forward to it. So again, like I said earlier in the show, we challenge you guys to look to watch any movie on this list that you haven't seen yet, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to give you our thoughts as part of the franchise. I'm sorry, as part of the tournament when we break it down. We're going to do all this in one night again. It's going to be a long show, but it's going to be a blast, and it's going to be a fun time. So yeah, be there for it, man. Check out these movies and be there for it.
Yeah, and most importantly, with this tournament, when we go live, like me, Brad, and Chris, our buddy Chris is going to be joining us for this tournament as well. We're going to at least get through the first 2 first round and second round with me, Brad, and Chris's picks. Unless if we are having a little bit of a hard situation with a matchup, they will ask you all. But when it comes to the Sweet 16, all the way up to the finals, you guys get to decide that with your voting in the chat. So we definitely need you all to show up, vote out, and help us decide which of these movies is the best.
Yeah. And just to give you a few people, a few directors we have in here, we got Lee Winnell in there. We got James Wan. We got Mike Flanagan, Rob Zombie. We got Jordan Peele in there. We got Eli Roth. I'll tell you who else we got, Birdie. We have other people. Where'd the list go here? We have Alexandra Aha. We got we have Robert Eggers. We got Ari Aster. We have a lot of other people like that too. There's a couple other ones. Scott Derrickson's in there. They're mostly all there.
More.
Yeah, they're mostly all there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, when we start out this stream, we'll name the official 16 modern horror directors that we took from and their movies. So again, this whole tournament is going to be not this coming Friday, but the next Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And like Brad says, we're doing the whole tournament in one night.
Yeah.
And then what's coming up on the future of Good Will Hunting? Starting in August, Brad, if this is your baby, so I'll let you say this one as well.
Yeah, man. First week of August, we're gonna be jumping into Saw, the franchise watch party series leading up to Saw 10. One movie a week up until Saw 10 comes out. So that's gonna be really fun. We're gonna get to rewatch all those movies, so that way they're all fresh in our mind when we watch Saw 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jay, man, I saw you there in the chat. What's going on there, Jay, man? We're about to wrap up, my friend, but I didn't want to leave you out. But for our first big thing for Good Will Hunting of 2023, we're going to be having the Friday the 13th trivia night. On which day, you may ask? Well, October does have a Friday the 13th, and that is when this trivia night will be. We're freaking excited for it. Everybody has a grand old time doing trivia nights on our channel, and I do not expect nothing less how this one is going to be a banger of a stream. So Friday the 13th trivia night in October on October Friday the 13th. And also lastly, with our Summer Slash tournament, at the end of that tournament, we will reveal the second big event that will be happening for Good Will Hunting in 2023 this year.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So we're excited to finally announce that one because, gosh almighty, that will be one of the ballsiest projects we will ever have on Good Will Hunting history.
Yes, it is. Really excited about it.
Dude, I'm excited just for everything. And guys, we're going to go ahead and close up. It's an hour, 15 minutes. Chad, thank you so much for your questions, so much for your interaction. You guys have been badass in the chat. We always appreciate you. So we will see you all on the Final Ghouls' YouTube channel on Thursday for Screen Warriors. And back on this channel, I will see you all on Sunday with Destiny for Back from the Dead. So Brad, any last thoughts? You know what, Brad? Better yet, I'll let you even have the last word.
Hey, thanks for being here tonight. We had a lot of fun. Love the Q&As. Looking forward to doing some fun stuff in the coming weeks with you guys, and we'll see y'all soon.